steps forward and starts to open up this whole thing. Of course, this is generic and full generic. Man the step forward. This here said, who are you? Says, I'm daddy. Okay? I said, that's generic, give me something else. He just sits there. Like, we get in. So now I'm waiting on him to follow through on his part. I think I know where it's going, but I'm going to keep reading, and that way, when you claim it, that's more validation for me that that's who you really are. Someone's dad. He has a female to his side with that. Okay, I'm not sure where he's going with that, and he's telling me W. Okay. W could be, he's acknowledging somebody here or over there. Sometimes they tell me in the beginning it's usually harder because we got to connect. And if you can't hear me, tell me, because I do start talking low and more. Just holler, get louder. Okay. I'm wanting to go to names. He's pulling away from names. He's going out on the finger. Going out on the third finger. So I don't know. Okay, he's either connected to, I'm trying to figure out if he's telling me 3 kids. The third of a day. It takes him a little bit to go up there. He's slowly coming through. Okay, so let's go a little bit slower on this. Is there anybody here with the father with the W connection? Remember I said I was going to let you claim it? See, validated. I'm coming into this area. He's pulling me over here. The W. That's what I'm talking about. Nobody claims him. He'll come back at the end and watch his lap. What is doing here? All he keeps saying from the dad, W, 3. Okay. The only other time I'm mistaken this is if it's a ring finger, which I do not feel that is it. So we're talking March for the 3rd of the month. And I mean, like, they're not even making me, there's something here. He's like, you don't even need to see them over here. You know what I mean? Now watch, it'll be somebody over here, I'll be like, I think
it might be him.
just so you know, the other side loves to mess with me and they tell me. Okay. It's the dad and the W go with you?
So. Daddy and the W go with me.
I can't think, I'm not down to W. What now?
Daddy and the W go with me.
Daddy and the W. Okay. March or the number 3 does not go with it? It does. Okay. This is what he keeps doing to me. He keeps acknowledging this woman that's back behind him. What's throwing me is why he's doing it behind him, okay? That's one of them new signs they're trying to teach me, and it's not piecing together with every reading that I do, so I'm still trying to learn why they're doing that. Then he said 7 to me. The number 7 made me think of July. So all this is piecing with you. Trying to figure out his personality. I don't know if he's stubborn or just quiet. You know what I mean? Because like I keep talking, he's trying to just got his arm crossed like, oh my God, well, come on, tell me something. He just said mom to me, so is that his mom that's there with him that he's trying to acknowledge? Do you understand why he would be saying mom to me when he's talking about that? I'll be glad when they totally take over so I can quit this sweat and Okay, he's wanting to go more in detail on the 3. Does he have 3 kids? Is that what he's trying to acknowledge? Or is it?
3rd generation back.
Okay. He's not letting me feel like satisfied with that. I mean, yes, maybe that is it, but there's something else he's wanting you to acknowledge. Okay. So is it March, somebody's birthday, gone 3 years, you know, that type of thing. I don't think that's it. Okay, he's showing me March. When they do that, it's either March or the May that they're trying to acknowledge. I really feel it's March though.
March makes sense.
March does fit with him. And they have no message at all, no big messages for everybody. It's just them proving they're with us. That's the whole point of coming through for this, you know. I think it's G, okay? You made me think of a G or J name that he's trying to acknowledge. Do you know why he did this to me? The minute you acknowledge the G or J name?
It's a J.
Okay. Now it is kind of, is he part of the, is this J name part of the generation that you're talking about? When you said 3rd generation thing? That's you? Because what he just did is he did that, he showed me that again. Okay? Which validates for you what you said to me. It proves to me that that is the generation thing he's trying to bring up. M name. He's making me think Mark or M-A-R. I'm sorry?
Martin.
Martin.
That's my last name.
Okay. Very just. I'm trying to talk, but he's not like really wanting to talk. He's just like, let's just do the facts. And I'm like, okay, well, let's make this a little more. If I ask him how he passed, do you know? Just yes or no? Okay. I know that sounds crazy, but you won't believe the people that don't even know. Spouses who passed. Okay. Let me see if we'll play that game. How I ask them when they pass, what I do is I scan their body, okay? They stop me in that body part. Sometimes they're just really good, but of course, someone's not doing the game exactly right. So I'm trying to figure out what he's passed from.
He always was a man of few words.
Yeah, I can
He
tell.
still is.
They are over there a lot like they are here. The only thing, I'm gonna sit down for a second because I seem to tune in better. Okay. Here's the conversation I'm having with him. We scan. He shows me something. I said, I ain't saying that. That couldn't even be a cause of death, okay? He goes, that's all you're getting. I'm like, this is what he's showing me. Scan, 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 scan. Slows down here, and he's making my ribs hurt. That I have not had before. They make my lungs hurt. It's like breathing or this or that. But he's making my ribs hurt. So either he's not ready to tell me his cause of death and he's just wanting to go on to something else. Why is he making my ribs hurt?
That doesn't make sense.
That's what I told him. There ain't no such thing. He goes, that's what you get, that's what he was wanting me to say. I say just what they tell me. I'm not gonna make stuff up. I mean, I gotta kind of go over there and discuss it with him, see what he's trying to tell me.
Good luck.
As you can tell, I'm still sweating. I'm usually not sweating this far into it. He ain't giving me enough here. Sometimes they'll say things to let you know they're still here watching you. Nobody had an issue with the ribs just now in the past, but broken ribs or something. Because he's not letting the ribs stop hurting. That's kind of generic too, in a way, you know what I'm saying? But for him to bring it up, I say generic, I ain't had nobody bring ribs up before in the past, so.
That makes sense.
Are you serious?
It
Seriously?
actually does.
I'm not doing that to you, I just. Okay,
Be glad to explain.
go ahead, because I ain't getting no more on the rib
When I was,
stuff.
my dad bought me a motorcycle when I was 8.
Uh-huh.
And I had a wreck on it, and the handlebar went up under my rib
Yeah,
here.
that would make your ribs hurt.
And it bruised my liver, and they didn't know why they couldn't figure out why the handlebar didn't actually penetrate my skin and go inside. And but always know.
Well,
For some that may be like, oh, she's reaching this or that, I would not know to go to this man and say, my ribs are hurting, you see what I'm saying? My whole point in this is to prove that it's them I'm talking to and not, you know, crazy lady just trying to take your money, so. Okay,
well, we need to censor some of the things.
then of course he made me claim that. See what I'm saying? They're just bringing up things that obviously I wouldn't know, but you would.
It makes sense that he was the one that opened it.
I'm sorry?
It makes sense he was the one that opened it.
Okay.
He's a very impatient little man.
Well, usually I just have like a certain person step up, but he was like, I'm first in line, like he was waiting in a line, you know? I'm like, that's not how it works here. That's how I'm working. Okay, so, just trying to go back to. Who's the S name he's trying to acknowledge? I want to say Susan, and I like to try to say the Susan name, but I don't know. Sissy? Okay.
That was this female. That's his daughter.
And when they give me goosebumps, that's instantly, okay? And let me explain. I don't trust the other side. I'm sorry, I should stand up, but I'm not. I say I don't trust the other side. I guess I don't have, it's still, as much as I've done it, I'm still just like, surely that can't be what they're saying, surely. I usually make them bring it up 2 or 3 times to me before I'll trust in them to, you know, that kind of thing. So he came back and he said, this is your 3rd chance. I've said S 3 times. I said, okay, I'll play the game fair with you, you know. So that's why I brought up the S. Who has 2 children? Is she trying to acknowledge her 2 kids?
Well, I have to. She has 2 with her.
I'm feeling it. It's 26. 2/6/26. Be February. Sometimes they flip it, it's 62. But the 2 and 6 means something. Are you,
Yeah, that makes sense. That was my dad's age.
how old your dad was? This makes me feel the throat, like a lump in my throat.
Yep.
Does him also? he's doing. Don't know what it means. And again, he gave me the ribs. I didn't know what it was, so I'm just gonna tell you everything he's saying. He does up the middle finger, and when he got to the end, second middle finger, he made me think horse. Horse. Only thing, once they tell me the thing, the sign, or what they're trying to say, I'm on your guys' side. I'm trying to help you figure out what he's trying to say too. The only thing I instantly think would be, you own 2 horses, something to validation, you know that. It's like he's outlining the horse. Let me just make sure, you don't have a picture of 2 horses in your living room, do you?
I got a really creative play elephant she made.
Close doors.
There's 2 horses,
Could it be
and then
Jimmy?
he made me think picture.
World War II, 2nd cavalry. That's my grandfather's. My great-grandfather.
Is that I blind?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a-
How many
it's a
horses
horse.
are on there?
2.
1, 2?
No, it's 2nd cavalry.
Oh, second.
Second caliber.
Got it.
So there's a horse on the emblem? Wow.
Okay, that's his what I'm
Wow.
saying. He knows that's in your pocket.
Nobody would have known that.
Definitely not me. I didn't frisk you before you came in. I put on my pantyhose.
Wow.
Who?
Makes a lot of sense too. It's probably confusing because they're all trying to talk to you at the same time.
Oh, welcome to my world.
That's a
Knots and knots always talking to me when I open
family
doors.
tradition.
I think it's the woman that keeps trying to jump in. She's giving me the hurt in the heart, which usually either means like heart attack, but if it doesn't heart attack, which that's not what this is doing, she's trying to say, I love you. That's the I love you thing. Fine for me. Or else it's a parent-child bond, the I love you. That hurt, but it's just so, you know. But it's a good I love you hurt, if that makes sense.
She's actually trying to talk for us.
I'm sorry.
It makes sense. She's trying to talk for us.
Okay.
She was trying to answer your previous question. And it really does make sense to me.
I don't remember
Are you
what my
curious?
question was, okay, because when I go over there and back here,
When you were asking the
that's
first,
why we record, because I don't remember what I've said a lot of times to everybody.
well, the reason I said daddy made sense, not dad, in WB. My great grandfather called him Granddaddy Waddy. I called him Daddy Waddy. You know?
Okay.
He passed away when I was 12. And
But
I
see,
grew
he
up-
came through as daddy. They don't come through as daddy. That's why I
his
said.
name's Waddy Holt.
Okay.
WB.
Okay.
Well, and to man a few words, when I was little, I lived in a foster home because my dad was off doing his thing. He would come pick me up and drive me around. And he said, I'm going to teach you as much about life as I can because I ain't got a whole lot of time. He said, so you need to sit down, shut up, and listen. And you know, and that's what I did. And he didn't say a whole lot, but when he did, and he had the reason the ribs made sense because you know I tried to tell everybody when I was 8 years when I had a wreck on my motorcycle. I was like, well, I know why it didn't happen because Daddy Waddy taught me. You know, I know what believe me.
Yeah. I'm a firm believer in stuff like that.
Well,
So that's who I'm talking to. It's not your actual dad, it's the
No,
grandfather?
no. My dad, the lump in the throat, my dad just passed away last month. And
Gotcha.
he had mouth and throat cancer.
Okay.
And the woman, third generation, that's what I was trying to tell you, Daddy Waters, my great-grandfather. My grandmother, his daughter, Sissy, is there with him. And she was the loudmouth, 4'11", dressed in rhinestones.
Definitely was, yeah.
And she was trying to tell you that Granddaddy Waddy passed from a heart attack because he was too stubborn to say anything.
Okay.
That was his daughter. She always did the talking for him.
Okay.
And he's-
Okay. That was
Too loud.
Okay.
And the
Okay.
reason she said she had 2 kids because my father and my Uncle Buddy were there with her.
Okay. It's okay.
I just what I just repeat
just-
what she
yeah.
said.
No,
Clearing
they're all
everything
like-
out,
Just
trying
make
to
it make
piece it
They're all
together.
like this. It's fine.
Because I'm sure everybody else sitting there going,
No,
I'm still sitting here saying. When I say things, though, please realize it's not me saying it, because it might come across rude.
Just say it.
She steps up, she says, like, hey, if it was my siblings, I'd be like, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about. This is what I actually mean. That also, but she's saying 2 children. So that makes me think that you said you have 2 kids. She's just trying to acknowledge your 2 kids. It's all in a joking way. They're not smart alecks over there. You know, it's just how they do. Sure.
yeah, she.
I was gonna-
Would she
I kind of think they are
quickly
too.
jump on and correct
They're
you? Try
related to
to
me, they are.
not correct you, but you know what I mean.
No,
Try
correct
to.
you.
Yeah. Okay. The whole time she's going, no, I'm like, okay, I'm just listening. Or April,
Mhm.
connected to you also.
Mhm.
Spirit hogs.
Yeah, I think we found
I'm
them.
kidding. Everybody gets their turn.
Believe me, with this group ends, this small, I'll be able to get to every, I will. The whole time I've been talking to you guys, I can't even figure out what they're doing. It's like I think, okay, are you drawing a 0? And then they stop. Oh, and then they stop. And then they're just like that is nothing. What is, so I have to ask, is there an O connection with you guys? Why do I keep getting like the circular? See, usually when they want me to write, they just bring my finger out. They're doing this.
Like a ring.
On rings, I usually do on my fingers. They make my. But then again, I thought the horses, and it was in your pocket. I thought you didn't have a horse picture in your pocket.
He did have a horse in his pocket.
That's what I'm saying. I know. When I ask, the only thing I'm getting, I keep saying, what is it? Somebody keeps saying mass. Somebody have a mass?
Massive.
I'm like, what are you drawing me? They said a mass.
Oh. Wow.
And is this still coming from the sister? That's what I thought was talking, but
I see it all the time. It's
And I was wrong earlier.
transferring out that done. So 5 either means May or the 5th. Unless somebody's been gone 5 years, something, I'm just trying to help you figure it out here. Last week I had a reading and they kept acknowledging they wouldn't include this 4th, like the 1, 2, 3, 4, and my 5. I call it my 5. That's my 5 finger, okay? Ended up, they were trying to validate a half of a year.
Is she talking or is he?
I think it's her.
It actually fits up.
Okay. As long as it fits with you, that's all I. The only thing I want to know to help me learn this new 5 thing, it's not a new thing, but with them bringing it up as a half of a year for me, that's not what they're meaning here in this one. Okay, just want to make sure. C or K name? Does this fit with you still? Okay, I'm not sure if we're still going here, or if I feel like I'm
No,
almost start.
I would think she was done.
No, C and K.
I think the O and the 5 could be my mom.
I would probably agree. I'm gonna say one more thing because I was slowly going here as I was going this direction, but let me just tell you, I mean, obviously there's no message or anything like that. It's just, they want to make sure that you know they're still with you guys.
Actually, there was a very big message. And I was wrong earlier when you were pointing at your heart.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't talking. My great-grandfather Watt did have a heart attack. That's how he died.
Okay.
My grandmother passed away. She died in a car wreck. She was headed to Tunica, Mississippi, and no one knows what happened. She just ended up, she jumped a culvert, and no one knew if she drank a lot. No one knew if she got drunk and passed out. And no one knew if she had a stroke or what.
Oh, wow.
What she was saying, she had a massive heart attack in April of '95.
There you
And
go.
that's what, and you, because no one's, I've always wondered what, you know,
Okay.
what happened to her, you know. But
Now, I've had people say things like that to me before. Instant goosebumps means that's what they're talking about.
Maybe her.
Other
brains are
times?
refreshed.
Other times, you would say that, and I'd be like, I don't know, but with the instant goosebumps, I think that's what the point was. Here's something. But,
with the C with the K, that would be a
yeah, I didn't
stretch.
see
That
the
would be a
K's go in this
stretch.
direction.
Yeah, that'd be a stretch.
But that's just their proof they're still with us. Because I sure ain't been in your pockets. I know that. Well, I'm not dying. I don't want to talk to myself. The C or the K made me think Carla. When I was drawn this direction. I said C, K, it made me think Carla. But I want more proof. You see what I'm saying? Do the reading from here the rest of the night. This is what I'm feeling. Um, I hate doing this kind. I don't hate it, it's just hard. Trying to make sure, I want to make sure, you know what I mean? Yes or no only. Which, not here to fool nobody. I don't fake nothing, this or that. Renee has been my sister's friend since 7th grade. How many times have I met you? Once. I know nothing about her really. I know you did have a little girl that passed. I don't even know for sure if her name was Carla. I just want that out there. I don't want anybody to come back 6 months down the road. You knew her. I know her, but I don't know her. Okay? Just yes or no, Renee? You know? Okay, was your baby's name Carla? It was, right? Yes. Yes or no? Do you know the exact cause of her death? Yes. I don't know what this means. I've not had this sign before. Teeny, tiny things. I don't know why I've been shown. Everybody would say baby, okay? No, I'm not meaning. Okay, I guess what I'm getting at was something wrong with her vein. Common sense I would think her veins were small. That's what she's trying to tell me.
She had an infection in the bloodstream.
Okay. You should show me like blood flow, but I don't know. You know what she just did to me? They validate names and stuff. She instantly goes, Art. I said, Art who? Oh, Mama. Renee. You see what I'm saying? She gave me the R for you. Me, that's not enough validation. I want more because I know that your name's Renee already.
Just a minute, everybody else is freezing.
The O. Somebody's bringing back that O again. I just want to make sure she didn't pass in October. Who's bringing up the O?
My mom, I shared a middle name with my great-grandma, my mother, and my niece.
Are you still talking?
It's okay. No, everybody else is freezing that one. Like it means leaves, the whole town comes down with pneumonia. What's up?
My birthday's in October.
This will be
My
worth it.
birthday's in October.
Okay, because I really felt it was the October. Is a D name being acknowledged? Give me the D sound. I kind of know where this could mean, but I'm not sure. Says I gave you your girl back. That makes sense to you? Why does she keep saying white to me? White. White. Like showing me the color white? Because at first she showed me a dove, a white dove. I always make sure that that's what they're meaning. I said, what? White dove. She writes white. Shows white clothing. And it goes white.
I find little white feathers all over the house.
You find white feathers all over the house? Do we know for sure? No. Nobody has, none of us will know till we get up there with them.
My heart does.
Exactly, exactly. Why is she showing me somebody's hand? She's drawing attention to this part of my hand. Again, common sense kicks in. Somebody have a tattoo on their hand or in this area for her.
I have trouble with the thorn, but she's protected. I have one on the arm. It has hands.
What? I'm sorry?
My tattoo has hands.
Your tattoo has hands?
Mm-hmm.
I know it sounds crazy, but this part, why is this important to her?
Because she's laying in God's hands.
Oh.
That's the only part that's showing in the hands is this here.
Oh. That might be it. I mean, something, I mean, bring that part up. For her next tattoo.
I just got it 2 days ago.
You just got it 2 days ago? They're way, once again, I've repeated a million times in the readings, they're always with you. sign language, but I can never figure out what they're meaning by this. What is a D again? So somebody, whoever this is this time, I'm not sure if it's the baby still, or if it's the D we're trying. Is this somebody D over there trying to come through? Is that what you think? We don't always get names right. They're making me think Dean or D-E. When I go back over to him, when you tell me no and I go back over to him, I forgot to tell you guys this. They'll either say, okay, move on, or they'll look at me and say, no, 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 go right on back, because they need to figure it out, okay? When you said no, they sent you back, said yes.
Well, his first name is substitute. His last name, the last two letters of his last name is Owen. Like on these like book cards, something like that would be D-E-A-N.
Now, like I said, that's not always the name. Like with, if the name's Mary, we'll go Mary, Margaret. You know, it's the M-A something, the third. I'll wishy-wash on that N, but I can't budge on that D-E. The D-E is here. That's just trying to pull through.
I have an uncle that's middle name is Dean.
I'm sorry?
My uncle that passed away when I was pregnant with my son, his middle name is Dean. And my son's name after him.
Okay. Let's kind of see where it goes.
Then she's always saying that to her.
You gotta share. I think Michael, that's very common when they're trying to acknowledge a name like a young name. That's the same thing. And here comes the root. Now, at first I'm like 3 again, really? Like a no read. I'm sorry? Well, yeah. I mean, and then for the M to be acknowledged, if you have her wedding ring, then I would say yes, that really is. But you brought a ring tonight? Okay. And that belongs to the M name? Okay. Where are we going? CH or SH? Or make them go sh. They're telling me to shut up. Shh.
Well, now that could be mom. I was thinking you were telling us to shut up, and that could be mom.
Sherman?
I'm gonna bring up talking. Shelton.
Shelley?
Shelton.
Oh, Shelton.
Yeah.
confident saying this, but I'm just gonna say it.
Oh, go ahead, it's my dad.
What the heck?
Probably.
When you said that, I said my uncle. I said, what? My uncle.
Okay, that would make more sense.
Is Shelton his somebody's uncle over there?
Yes, he is.
I call that generic. I call that a generic thing, but
He's from the KFC, he was at a school for cars, something like that.
yeah, they flip. I mean, yeah.
Like cooking.
The K name that I was doing, K or C. And the reason I say K or C is because Carla could be spelled with a K or C, something that's that sound. Definitely got it down till it was Carla.
Yes.
So whatever your, I don't know where I am. I got nothing from where you're going at on that yet. So showing me a semi truck. A semi, 18 wheel.
She said that she needed some, cement.
Did I say the S? I'm sorry. I have it here.
You said SH.
Because I could have been cement.
Here's where I go with this. If that semi fits with Samantha, then I would say that's the S. That's not me reaching. I just, like I said, once I get the message, I have to help you figure it out.
Take it off and go with the O from October, and also the 3rd of the month we were talking about earlier. What's going on?
They just sit over there and continuously tell me little words, little names, this and that. I have to spit them out, as stupid as they may sound. We were talking semi, next word they gave me, moon. I hate it when they do it like this because anybody can stand, you could stand up here. Moon, frog, dog, you know. So they show me like the moon, so that makes me think just generic. Like my grandbabies can say I love you to the moon, and you know, that kind of thing. Or is this it? This might be it. Talk to the moon? Like, does that make sense?
No, I don't do that now.
Yeah.
I talk to them fast all the time.
I don't mean like you're afraid of them.
I don't want to ain't nothing but them.
Come here, man, I want to hug you. No, not like that. It's like
I love you to the moon and back.
either that, or I know it sounds crazy, but like you talk to the moon because you feel like you could talk to her through them through the moon. Does that make sense? I know it doesn't make sense. Dear moon, I love you. No, I don't mean like that. Like, someone help me get out of this one, you know? Come on, Aaron, help me.
Could it be like a big mylar balloon?
You showed me the moon.
The moon.
It's a moon. Look at the moon.
Huh? Right, that's when I'm kind of, you know, like, I'm under the stars looking at the moon, and maybe just us crazy Kansas folk do that.
No, we do it here in Arkansas.
I like to sit outside when, like in the spring and stuff when it's warm enough.
Well, yeah,
And look
but
at the
everybody
moon and
does,
the
but
stars
like-
and all that stuff.
Them kids come out.
Till mosquitoes come out? I know, I got you there. I know that.
Not,
Even though you say no, I feel like somebody, I wish they would stop making me say the stupid things, but I have to say it. It's back to the moon. You had a conversation with the moon, like you were saying, like, help me explain this.
Like talking to the night sky.
Like you're thinking of somebody whenever you start looking at the moon.
Thank you. I don't know how to exactly word that. Right.
it'd be like I was looking out, looked out the window one night and I saw some people, and then I blinked my eyes and all I could see was the moon. And I guess I did look at the moon and say, how did you find me?
So you did talk to the moon.
See, you talked to me.
Debbie's always right.
You're making Dad think you really did.
Do you see why I listen to them?
Same reason that I talked to him, I guess. I don't know.
She talks to the moon. One time, just one time. I talked to a moon.
My dad and my mom, they were on the motorcycle.
Oh, I talked to a moon.
You look up the window, you see your mom and dad sitting on a motorcycle, going like this here, I guess. What are you gonna do? Blink in your eyes and look at them again and send the moon and say, okay, I need to.
So you talked to the freaking moon. I've been sitting here for all this time feeling like an idiot.
That's okay, I'm feeling like one right now.
How do I say this? You talked to the moon. No, you crazy woman, but I did talk to it.
They were probably on that moon whenever I talked to them.
Probably.
My dad was like a driver, he could have made it enough.
It's amazing how quick they do things over there. Goodness. You just made me snort.
Gracie did get that on film, right?
Yeah. That's going on YouTube.
This is gonna be hard to come out of, but all I keep seeing is you go, right out to the moon. Okay.
Sounds like a werewolf.
Okay. Whew, where do we go from here? What's sad is I turn to my aunt thinking she understands my craziness. Okay. Calm down.
Back in the zone.
The L name, and they made me think of Larry or LA or LR's in the name. And then they think Larry.
Larry live on that one. To the yellow. The way in the yellow.
I guess like stay in the air.
She did.
It sure it is. He's still bothering you.
I know, right?
Her name is Grace.
She can sit on the lap and sit in
Maybe.
the seat first.
Okay. Building up on me, so I'm not talking fast enough. But okay, Larry, who are you? I used to let you down my brain. It don't matter.
He wants to talk to you.
They're in control, not me or you. All right.
I know.
Okay. For a split second, he goes, I said, okay, Larry, who are you? Split second, he goes, Dad. And I'm like, no. And then he goes, B. Either that or he's trying to. No, I'm sticking B. Made me think bad.
Yeah, he was.
No, how come on?
No, he was.
He's saying B.
Okay, so if he really was bad,
Yes, he was a very bad person.
they'll come back to, like my husband's dad, worthless, never, he came back to just do us, I'm sorry, shame, this and that. So, I'm not saying that's what he's doing here, but I'm saying for him to do D and make me say bad. For one, it's his way of saying it's him here, and also, a lot of times it's just for them to I guess in a way, kind of like an apology. You know what I mean? That makes sense?
Yeah.
We all could be asses over here. Plain and simple.
Yeah, I could say it's too little, too late.
And that's our fault. That's what our problem here on earth is. Once we get over there, we forget about things like that. Does that make sense? Yeah. You will. You will. Oh my gosh.
I've been telling him for days I didn't want to talk to him.
I don't.
I know he's been trying to talk to me, and I keep telling him to go away. He didn't listen when he was alive, and he apparently he ain't listening now. He just recently died, too.
I like this from my ex-husband. Well, I'm not from him, but it doesn't hurt them for us to hold that anger, hatred. You see where I'm going here? You hate him, this and that, and you hurt nobody but yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I enjoy it.
It has.
You're awful.
Okay.
Everybody's gonna see what kind of person you are on YouTube.
I can kiss you from left. You can't enjoy it. This is me talking here now. This ain't the other. It has to eat at you, right?
He tried to kill me more than once.
Seriously.
Okay. So do you? To me, that explains the.
I see, I know.
I know there ain't no. I'm sorry. Oh, no big deal. You tried to kill me. We're buddies.
That's one of the
See you at the
things-
pearly gates.
Yeah, it's one of the things, he said he got saved just before he died, and I thought, well, if a person got saved, how come when he had the opportunity, when he was talking to his daughter on the phone, why couldn't he say, I'm sorry that I tried to kill you, like, way too many times?
Because we're human. We're stupid.
How can you even do that?
Stubborn
Trying to
and likes to hold grudges.
I mean, seriously, he did.
Sometimes saying sorry is the hardest thing for a person to say. I know that does not make sense, okay? But it really is. Sometimes it is the hardest thing for a person to say. But for him to step forward, straight out say Larry, say bad. I ain't ever had him tell me bad before. He's trying, I know he said too little too late. You're gonna face him on the other side. I mean, I'm telling you now, you'll
Maybe
get him.
he's trying to tell you
Everybody
to just
loves
let
it
it
there.
go.
It's eating at, it's going to eat at you. might not think it now. Believe me, I'm telling you, I hated my ex-husband. I was like, she would just, better off if he's not here. You know what? 2 days later, he went through a windshield. Didn't get a beat. Everybody in the cars died. They were getting ready to, he survived. I will never hate somebody like that again because it ate at me. It hurt me. He didn't care. He was out having fun. You see what I'm saying? So I think, I'm not trying to be a counselor here because I'm far from it. I'm not saying that.
But if he said the word bad,
What he just said,
that was big for him.
it's, this is what he said to me. Of course, he can't go back and change what happened. All he can do is try his help now. And by him stepping forward and trying to help now, that's the only way he can help you from over there. He can't come back and tell you, I'm sorry. He can't. He's acknowledging what you said is right.
That he was bad, yeah,
Right.
certainly was.
And that was a big step for him to acknowledge it.
I know he's been trying to talk to me since I took our daughter to his funeral. I told him more than once, leave me alone.
He doesn't need your forgiveness. And here comes the religious part of it. Because only one person, that's God, that has to forgive us. So I'm saying, forgive us of our sins, this and that. He's just coming back to try to do anything he can. And by him pretty much saying, I was bad. Do you see what I'm saying? But that's the best he can do. That's the most he can do. He can't come here, stand in front of everybody and say, I'm sorry for how I done it. This is the best he can do. And he wants you to stop letting that eat at you. How angry you are at him. That's the only thing he can do. I've never sat down and had a conversation like this. Then catch Dr. Phil tomorrow on I'm not trying to come across as some
Dr.
counselor or
Debbie.
this or that. I'm just saying how he's making me feel. Maybe one day you will. We're not expecting you to go, love you, Larry. You know, that kind of thing. Just let it.
I did love him whenever we first got together, but he destroyed that along with a lot of other things. But what
He's not asking you to love him or forgive him. He's just wanting, that's just pretty much just his way of saying he acknowledges how he treated you. I guess the best way he can apologize from the other side. That's his way of bringing this up.
Do me a favor. Go over and get her phone. It's on the top of the stairs.
Maybe he'll leave you alone.
Because I gotta recharge
if I
this.
ask him if I say I forgive him, if he'll leave me alone.
Dear God.
You can make him leave you alone. If you don't want to forgive him, all you have to do is tell him to leave. Tell God to not bring him back. God will not allow him to come back.
Well, in my own way, I am doing the best I can too, because for 24 years he didn't have anything to do with his daughter, and now I'm trying to allow his family to be a part of her life, and it's very hard for me to do since they never took the initiative themselves to do it.
It's going to sound cold, okay? He's not here for that. He's not here. They don't care about things like that over there in some ways, if that makes sense. He's just here acknowledging he was bad to you. That's how we're kind of, like, I think that's how we just kinda gotta leave it.
I hope I can, because I know it's something.
It
that's
destroys you, it
always-
don't destroy him. That's pretty much what it boils down to. Is he connected to the number 13, or is it somebody else that we're going to now? Thirteen. So either somebody passed on 13 or birthday on the 13th. R.O. or Robin? R.O. or Robin? That's what they're looking for.